Welcome to another episode of the latest crypto news here from Blockster over at the Block Desk here currently, guys. We've got a few different news articles today that we're going to be taking a look at, so you definitely want to stick around for the whole video so that you don't miss any of this key information and key trending cryptocurrency news. New York considers introducing Bitcoin in schools, which I think is very, very cool. Fear and Greed Index moves to greed. Is now the time to buy? Steam changes policy, bans NFTs and crypto gaming. USA becomes the global center for crypto after China bails. And the Tesla tokens dip 6.8% after Elon Musk suggests selling stock. So stick around because we're going to dive into each one of these articles and cover each one. And the next article that we will be taking a look at from Block Desk over here, guys. Don't forget, fellow blockchain hustlers out there, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. New York considering introducing Bitcoin in schools. This is very cool. I do agree with this. I think that as time goes on, schools need to teach things like this. So in my opinion, schools need to teach more things than what they do anyways, to help prepare children for the real world when they leave school. But in this case, this is very, very important, as blockchain and cryptocurrency will likely be a very important part of their future. So I do believe that this is a good idea to start teaching and introducing Bitcoin and blockchain education within schools. So the newly elected mayor of New York, Eric Adams, has proposed that digital assets and blockchain technology be taught in schools. The mayor had initially stated that he would receive his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. Another very cool development to see the mayor of New York, which has been under pretty tight regulations when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transactions and exchange use. So this newly elected mayor of New York has stated he will take his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. And this development also comes as other mayors push for crypto adoption. So the U.S. is transitioning to a major crypto hub, with politicians now advocating for the payment of salaries in Bitcoin. The newly elected mayor for New York City, Eric Adams, wants to integrate crypto into the education system. So Bitcoin as a subject in school. Adams is a major Bitcoin advocate. He has now stated that children need to be introduced to digital assets and blockchain early enough because these two sectors would shape the future, as I mentioned earlier, guys. In an interview with CNN, the mayor noted that Bitcoin and other digital assets were a new way for paying for goods and services throughout the entire globe. With these assets going mainstream, schools need to add them as new subjects to allow the young generation to know more about cryptocurrencies and the underlying blockchain technology. Even more importantly, the blockchain technology. So the mayor also added that he had plans to encourage businesses in New York to accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a means of payment. However, he added that this would not happen right away, as he needed to tread carefully to make sure that he got it right. He further noted that New York was losing its top position in matters of innovation, and that the city needed to be a center of innovation no matter what that innovation is. He noted that the city was already part of major innovations such as the development of self-driving cars, manufacturing of drones, cybersecurity advancements, and more, but digital assets were the other innovation that the city needs to embrace. And next on the list, guys, the Fear and Greed Index moves to greed. Is now the time to buy. You guys know the saying, buy the greed, sell the fear, right? So within just 2 days, the first ever Bitcoin futures ETF reached over $1 billion in assets under management. This is the fastest amount of time that a new ETF has reached $1 billion in assets in the entire history of ETFs. That just goes to show that at least right now, Bitcoin is the most in-demand asset of all time. So we also have the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index in extreme greed when we're experiencing the full force of a bull market. I wouldn't necessarily pay too much attention to this Fear and Greed Index, at least not until we start showing some other bearish signs on the chart. So on October 20th of 2021, Bitcoin broke into new all-time highs just above 67,000. When Bitcoin reached 65,000, it pumped around $2,000 in just a matter of minutes. So is now the time to buy, as we're testing previous all-time highs. Many altcoins have been close to reaching all-time highs or have already broken all-time highs over the past 7 days. We have Polkadot up 19%, Matic up 12%, but Cardano has been consolidating at the $2 level for some time now. But that's before its next leg up. In my personal opinion, I would not sleep on ADA at the moment. It's funny to hear them talk this way in this article, because I literally just did a live stream on my YouTube channel, Average Joe Crypto, just last night, and we analyzed the Cardano chart, and I was saying this exact same thing. Also, I did a Cardano update saying the exact same thing. As it was consolidating in between support and resistance levels, I knew that it was going to squeeze in there, coil up for a nice move, and it has seen a nice breakout to the upside currently. So what are we seeing right now? Is this a complete repeat of the past market trends? It is usually Bitcoin first that breaks out, and we are starting to see this, which is then followed by altcoins. The outbreak of altcoins is more likely to happen in Q1 of 2022. As Bitcoin starts to take profits, as people start to take profits from Bitcoin, they'll likely flow into the altcoins, which could cause the altcoins to continue to rally on into the first quarter of 2022. We are literally seeing all altcoins fall behind Bitcoin, and that's exactly what we want. According to the stock to flow model in on-chain metrics, we're starting to see the price of Bitcoin right where we want it, which are two short comparisons from 2013 and 2021 that are the same trend happening for Bitcoin at the moment. So alt season, guys. The altcoin season we had earlier this year resulted in a huge market value increase from $290 million to $1.3 trillion back in January. Another thing that we need to keep in mind is that there is a major shift in public sentiment. People have been becoming increasingly optimistic across the market. One of the key indicators is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Currently looking at the index, you can see that public sentiment is clearly going up. People are becoming less frightened, in other words, more bullish and greedier. Usually typically they say, sell the greed. Buy the fear, sell the greed, right? When people are starting to get greedy, FOMOing and stuff like that, sell the greed. But like it says at the top here, unless you start to see some more bearish signs in the chart, don't pay too much attention to this. And the next article we're going to be taking a look at here, guys, Steam changes policy, bans NFTs and crypto gaming. So NFTs and crypto gaming have been enjoying explosive adoption globally, especially thanks to the news of the metaverse. However, despite the growth, some platforms are still not convinced that these digital assets could benefit their users. So one of the major reasons deterring adoption is that these digital assets remain highly unregulated. Talk about that all the time. Just mentioned that earlier. Steam, a subsidiary firm under Valve Software, recently updated the content rules and guidelines for studio partners. The firm stated that crypto gaming and other initiatives that involve crypto mining, trading, and NFTs would no longer be accepted by the platform. Steam quietly bans NFTs and crypto gaming. So the announcement by Valve stated that all crypto gaming applications on Steam that are based on blockchain would be removed from the platform. The announcement also notes that this removal would include games that require the exchange of cryptocurrencies and NFTs. While Valve could be implementing this ban because of various concerns, it could show that these applications could be against their operating policies. The ban has also created concerns over whether NFTs have a future in the video gaming sector. So this is crazy because, crypto gaming and NFTs is just huge right now, and gaming is a big part of the streaming sector. So for this streaming service, Steam, for it to ban this, it's really just kind of odd to me, kind of surprising to me, to be completely honest. The move to ban crypto gaming and NFTs on Steam is a major blow to these two new crypto initiatives. Steam is the largest digital distribution platform for PS gaming. Hence, removing these applications from the platform cuts into the use cases for NFTs in the gaming sector, also undermines the relevance of crypto gaming. However, Steam's major competitor Epic has been more open towards NFTs. The firm had initially stated that it could consider allowing NFTs on the platform. However, the company is yet to give any clear roadmap that will bring NFTs to the largely popular PC gaming platform. And as you can imagine, a move like this is definitely facing heavy opposition. So, it's not been taken lightly by the developers on the platform. Age of Rust, a video game that offers NFT items, has criticized this ban. The game's developers, Space Pirate, has taken to Twitter to state that this ban has shed a negative light on Valve's policies. So hopefully that information will help you guys avoid some scams. Also, just don't fall for any weird messages in any comments or any random text or emails. So next on the list, the United States becomes the global center for crypto after China fails. After China banned crypto mining and trading in May this year, firms operating in this sector had to choose a new overseas hub for their operations. So are some of these places moving to the US to conduct their business? Possible. China has declared that crypto transactions and crypto mining are illegal. Hence, mining firms have been forced to close shop because of increased regulatory risk. Crypto trading firms such as Binance, Huobi have announced that they will cease operating in China by the end of the year. So the USA is attracting crypto miners. One of these sectors that the US has managed to tap into is crypto mining. Major mining hubs have now moved to the country, seeking to continue with their operations. Mining firms are choosing the US for crypto mining because it gives access to reliable and abundant renewable energy. And this is very interesting, guys. A recent report shows that the US currently accounts for 35% of the entire Bitcoin mining hash rate. That's pretty cool. And it goes on to say that the Bitcoin mining is not the only selling point in the US's journey to becoming a major cryptocurrency hub. The country is also scoring high in terms of cryptocurrency adoption and trading. And even on the federal level, guys, crypto regulations also seem to be opening up and becoming friendly towards cryptocurrencies. Recently, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approved a Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund, or ETF. The BITO ETF was the first to be approved, and it made $1 billion in trading volume in hours, just hours of trading. And next up on the list, guys, is Tesla tokens dipped 6.8% after Elon Musk suggests selling stock. So, why did Tesla tokens dip? So over the weekend, Elon Musk took to Twitter asking his followers if he should sell 10% of his Tesla shares. 57.9% of the responses agreed to the sale. Musk could be selling this stake to settle an over $15 billion tax bill in the coming months. Tesla tokens have been on a major surge over the past weeks, which led to Elon Musk being the richest person in the world. However, it now seems like the tokens are taking a negative turn following a 6.8% dip. Elon Musk suggests selling 10%, and apparently his following agreed on Twitter. So after posting the poll, Musk stated that he would abide by what the majority of his followers would suggest. 57.9% of the people who voted agreed that the Tesla CEO should sell his stake. So is he selling his stock to settle taxes? Would make sense. I mean, tax time is coming right around the corner, guys. You know, to help offset some of those taxes that he's going to owe coming up. Why not, right? However, you know, taxes to be paid on the sale of those tokens as well. So Tesla CEO did not explain in detail why he was selling a part of his stock. However, Musk is facing an over $415 billion tax bill in the coming months on stock options. $415 billion tax bill, guys. Wow. Therefore, even if his Twitter followers could have voted against selling the stock, selling his Tesla stock was inevitable. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way out and hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed this news update, and we'll see you in the next one.